Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wild World. Where we left off, not a whole lot was going on, but that's okay because we have Halloween, and I have some stuff planned. But first, we're having our homeboy Ribbot visit us, so I'm gonna get back in my house and wait for him to come inside. Should be any minute now. Any minute now. Uh, there we go. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, check the place out. It's gonna get spooky pretty soon, though. Yeah, I got a pretty sick house, don't I? Well, doesn't matter to me. I still got all the score I needed from the HRA. Eloise and Gabby? Seen them together a lot lately. Thing is, I don't get all caught up in what the ladies think. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Is that all you wanted to see here? Ah, judo, my childhood favorite. I want to get into it again. Well, maybe I just loved it then because I was a tadpole. Curse you, time. Give me back my youth. Ever feel that way? You had a childhood? Oh, look at the time. Gotta get home and do some squat thrust sets. Later, Rebooty. See ya. Okay. Let's change the song here. We need something more spooky. There it is. Now, before we start playing it, that's it. Now we're getting in the mood. Alright, I will be back while I get a terrible creepypasta to read. So I'll see you guys when I'm back. Oh boy, here we go. I got the creepypasta up. So let's get the music in to set in the mood. This is the original Jeff the Killer creepypasta. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open. Even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed, I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There is the little ray of light, illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes, they were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase. But the way he said it... oh my god, my dogs. That's not part of the story, I swear. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak. He said... Sorry about that. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped onto my bed. I fought him back. I kicked. I punched. I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife in. It went into my dad's shoulder, and probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. I drove to the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointed towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face, those cold, evil eyes, and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in the story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family had just moved into a neighborhood. His dad had got a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Lou, I'm just gonna read it like Liu Kang. Jeff and his brother Liu Kang couldn't complain though. A new, better house, what was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just want to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, there are new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband, Peter Griffin, and my two sons, Jeff and Liu Kang." They each introduced themselves, and Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family are done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid." "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now, we're going to that party and that's final." Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling, and suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as some random feeling. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. Next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. He sat there, eating his breakfast. He once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. As he and Liu Kang finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus. Then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps, and they both jumped back in surprise. "Hey, what the hell?" The kid landed and turned back on them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seems to be about 12, only 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an aeropostale? I don't know. He wearing an A shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well, well, well. Looks like we got some new meat. What 12-year-old says that? Suddenly, two other kids introduced themselves. One was super skinny, the other one was huge. "Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith." Jeff and Liu Kang looked over at the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you'd expect a sidekick to have. "And he's Troy." They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hasn't exercised since he was crawling. "And I," said the first kid, "am Randy." Now, Oh, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there's a small price. There's a small price for the bus fare. If you catch my drift. My eyes are watering from all this cringe. It's so spooky, guys. It's getting to me in real life. Oh no. Oh no. I'm back, I think. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, sorry about that. Liu Kang stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes, and one of his friends pulled a knife on him. I had hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. Kid walked up to Liu Kang and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now, it was truly strong, burning sensation. He stood up, but Liu Kang gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket, pulled out his own knife. Oh, that was some other kid. Whoops. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, "Oh!" and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. Threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped the knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach, and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Liu Kang could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. Started running as fast as they could. They looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Liu Kang made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Liu Kang just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded. He couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away. Stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore. He felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was. He said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a good day." Next morning, they hear a knock at his front door. He walked down to find two police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. "Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, that they were stabbed." "Stabbed, son?" Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Liu Kang." "Son," said one of the cops, "we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say to him and Liu Kang had been attacked, but then there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. Couldn't say that they weren't fleeing, because truth be told they were. Just Jeff couldn't defend himself or Liu Kang. "Son, call down your brother." Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat all the kids. "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Liu Kang tried holding me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both nodded. "Well, kid looks like a year in juvie." "There's no trial for this? You just decided on the spot?" "Wait," says Liu Kang. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns out and knocked them on Liu Kang. "It was me. I beat up those little punks. Had the marks to prove it." Lips and his sleeves revealed cuts and bruises as if he was in a struggle. "Son, put the knife down," said the officer. Liu Kang held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Liu Kang, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh, poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. Please let Liu Kang out of the patrol car. Liu Kang, tell them it wasn't me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Liu Kang. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the cops speeds off with Liu Kang inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what, son, bleh. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father back inside to break the news to him. As Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back in the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Liu Kang when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Liu Kang at JDC, I'm sorry. No friends to hang out with. Nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff is woke by his mother, with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let the light flood into his room. What's today? Jeff asked, as he stirs awake. Why, it's Billy's party! He was now awake. Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after... There was a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now, get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked down the stairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much, he said. Mother pushed down that feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what he could call fancy. Found a pair of black dress pants that he had for special occasions and an undershirt. Couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard, Jeff. How about you go and meet some of them? Said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. Might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Oh, that didn't age well. Suddenly a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said. No kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. Put on the hat and started pretending to shoot at the kids. First he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It may not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Liu Kang. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard the noise. A weird rolling noise. And it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Anyway, Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. Beat the crap out of you, and you got my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Jeff pushed Randy off them, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts, or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed him in his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. 3 kicks, Jeff grabbed his foot and twisted, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff! Fight me! He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff into the living room. Come on, Jeff! Look at me! Jeff glances, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit there and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally you stand and fight. Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt it for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's what happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch. Blood gushes from Randy's body until it takes one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. They easily break from their gaze and put their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. Hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks in the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack in Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He's more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. Drop the knife and grab Jeff by the neck. Pushed him to the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. Burns both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as fast as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight at Keith's head. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. What's so funny? Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny? He said, is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Okay, no, not the SpongeBob thing. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out of the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol made him a walking inferno. Ran down the hall, fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire. Dropped to the ground, nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. Couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder, stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but then he realized there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get it up, he fell out, and the nurse rushed in. I don't think you can get out of bed just yet, she said as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after years, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer. His face was covered. He was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Liu Kang go." "Wait, I thought Randy was dead. How did they get him to confess?" This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. "He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will finally be together again." Jeff's mother hugs Jeff. "You could have just said Margaret. I know you kind of forgot her name," and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. He waited till the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. Quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screamed at the sight of his face. Liu Kang and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What? What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned to a pure white color. His hair was singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face, and it had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family and then back at the mirror. "Jeff," said Liu Kang, "it's not that bad." "Not that bad," said Jeff. "It's perfect." His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay?" "Okay? I've never felt more happy." "Ha ha ha ha! Look at me! This face goes perfectly with me." He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. "Doctor," said Jeff's mom, "is my son all right? You know, in the head?" "Oh, yes. This behavior is typical for patients who have taken a very large amount of painkillers. This behavior doesn't change in a few weeks. Bring him back here, and we'll give him a psychological test." "Oh, thank you, doctor." Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. "Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go." Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still formed into a crazy smile. "Okay, mommy, ha ha ha!" His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mother led him to his room, made him put his clothes on, and they left, not knowing that this was the final day of their life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to the sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked in the bathroom, she saw the horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile on his cheeks. "Jeff, what are you doing?" asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. "Couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. I could smile forever." Jeff's mother noticed his eyes, ringed in black. "Jeff, your eyes." His eyes were seemingly never closing. Couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. Burned out the eyelids so I could forever see myself, my new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. "What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful?" "Yes, son," she said. "Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy, so he can see your face." She ran to the room and took Jeff's dad from his sleep. "Honey, get the gun. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway, holding a knife. "Mommy, you lied." That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with a knife, gutting both of them. His brother Liu Kang woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. Slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu Kang. Liu Kang thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, Jeff said. Just go to sleep. Well, this is ass. Okay, well, at least we got that out of the way. Let's get some better music on, shall we? Hang on. Whoops. I gotta... That's more like it. Now let's get ready for next month, shall we? We're getting the top hat. I need to find the tuxedo. Oh wait, no, I was gonna get the pirate hat. What am I saying? I had a pirate hat, right? Yeah, that's more like it. I need to find the eye patch next. No. There it is. Alright, and now I need to find something pirate related to wear as a shirt. Let's see, what's the closest to a pirate shirt I have, unless I have an actual pirate shirt? But I don't think I do. Let's look. You see, I would wear the captain shirt, but that's not really a pirate thing. So, let me put these on for now. There we go, looking like a proper pirate. Arr. Alright, let's go put this up, and then this up. What to wear? What to wear? I'm thinking of either the tin shirt or the Chinese, maybe the Chinese shirt. I don't know. Where was the tin shirt at? Or maybe the wrap. Yeah. I don't remember how the Chinese shirt looked, so let me see how that looks. No, that's not really pirate themed. Yeah, I don't know. This is harder than I thought it was gonna be. There's nothing really pirate in here, you know? Let me continue looking about. Surely there's something I have. I mean, I could just go with the military thing if I have to. Which I probably will. Because I got, like, nothing else. What is subdued? I do not remember the subdued print. Oh. It makes me look a little trashy. Got it. Alright, just wanted to know. Okay, I think I'll wear the military uniform to go with this. Or... Now, I'll wear the captain shirt, even though it feels weird to wear, because I've already worn the captain shirt. I got like nothing pie related, dude. Now, where was it? Where is that captain shirt? Where is it? Was it right here? Oh my god, I lost sight of it. It's gotta be in here. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, I'm actually going insane. Oh my god, what? Am I not able to find the freaking captain shirt? I swear to god. I swear to god I saw something say captain shirt, dude. There it is! Okay. That was hurting my brain. Well, here's the thing. I'm really thinking here, man. There's like nothing that I want to go with this, so I'll just wear this wrap for now. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, that actually kind of works. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of cool. I thought it was like a mummy wrap, but no. It's something cooler than that. Okay, well, I think we're done for tonight. Next time on Wild World, we will be back tomorrow at the start of November, where I can finally get new fish. I'll see you guys then.